Welcome back to Shennington. There's 2 junior races to go, the first of which is the Minimax class. Here's Alan.
And this championship is now decided after the earlier final one. Connor Mills took enough points in second place to tie up that championship, so he's on P2 here, but he won't take part in this race. It's the Chinese driver Zhuan Zhu who will take pole after winning the earlier final one. Philip Rawson took heat 1 from Connor Mills in heat 2 and 3, and then Connor Mills' second place earlier on was enough to secure the title. I think Lando Norris, 33 kart there in second place. I think he's got second in the championship tied up. Still all to play for, I think, between Philip Rawson, the GP plate, in third place in this group, and Joe, the Chinese driver out front, C plate, Chinese champion, Welsh champion, runs wide, and we've got contact there between 68 Carl Patrick and the 53 Jordan Brown-Nutley. Brown-Nutley's come off worse. Don't think he's going any further yet. There he is. He's going no further, so Brown-Nutley out on the first lap. Through Wilkins for the first time. Front 3 as you were. Joe from Lando Norris and Philip Ross on the GP plate, 28 kart. Harrison Thomas in fourth place to come through turn 1 for the second time. Right-hander here is Cafe Corner. Picking out your favourite driver from the group of karts. On board here with the GP plate, Philip Rawson, left-handed was Pitts Bend up to Stratford Hairpin. You can see how everybody in every race today seems to be defending up into this hairpin. Everybody going narrow. Lots of contact as they're coming into the hairpin, and everyone's going narrow. Karts driving into the rear of other karts, loading as it's called. On board again with Philip Rawson down through Wilkins one more time. This right-handed slow corner, turn left-handed now out across the start-finish line, and the 2 leaders certainly taking that narrow line. 28 Harrison Thomas, in behind Harrison is Connor Hall. The rest of the kart stream round Cafe Corner. 66 car to the back of that little group was Stefan Charalambus. Again up into the hairpin, driving narrow, some karts taking the wider line. If you do take the wider line, you give up the inside. You can let 3 or 4 karts through down the inside, so difficult decision to make. Whether you take that wide line and look for the switchback on the exit of the hairpin, or just keep in the train. Don't give up the inside line. Zhan Yuzhu, Joe leads it from China, Joe. And it makes you wonder how long it's going to be before we see a Chinese driver in Formula One. There's so much potential backing from millionaires and billionaires out in China. You've got to think that Chinese drivers at some point are going to get a look in at Formula One. These days it tends to be the amount of money you can bring as a driver to the team rather than the amount of money that the team will pay you to drive for them. 36 Jordan Faulding for AIM Motorsport up the inside for a spot. AIM Motorsport, one of those teams. It's a new team, AIM Motorsport, to the paddock. One of the teams that will no doubt be looking to compete in the team championship next year. Back on board here with Philip Rawson. Looks like Joe's got a problem. Oh, Norris has gone wide and Phil's gone with him. And the karts stream by. Oh, contact between Zelos and Lando as Dan Zelos came to go by Lando. Complete accident. No fault on either driver there, but looks like they're both running okay. Dan's, well, he may have done an axle there, may have bent his axle, but it looks like the car's running okay, and contact between Stephen Prentice up the inside of Connor Hall. And we'll have another look. Connor runs wide on the exit. Prentice looks like he's held on to second place, and Connor's back in a third, so no real damage done. We'll have a look at the replay. Connor moves across to try and take the wider line, and then, to be fair, moves back towards the inside. Stephen had nowhere to go, so no blame really for either driver there. Nobody did anything wrong, but fortunately for both of them, it all came out okay in the end. With the 41 kart, Dan McCauley's come through to take the lead here. Dan started on P8, not had a sniff of a podium all year. His best result was 5th at the first round in the washout at Wilton Mill. That's what we're calling it. Anyway, Hall and Stott alongside, contact between them both off. And here comes Connor Hall towards the camera and down behind the tyres. And he's completely stuck on the bank. An absolute classic that was. Well, Connor looked like he was trying to defend that position by squeezing Alex to the inside. There he is, he's squeezing him, and comes back and they've just got locked together. And they're both off up the bank, and here comes Connor Wall over the bank and down the inside. He can't even get the car out of there. He'll be blocked in by the tyres. He's going to have to get out of the car and drag it off the bank and then drag it round the tyres to get back on the track. Meanwhile, out front, still Dan McCauley then. Dan Zelos has come from 21st to 2nd. The 44 car Finley Hutchison and Alex Sedgwick up the bank and into the tyres. The 46 car Velocity Motorsport driver Alex Sedgwick. We'll have another look at the replay. Hutchinson there, the 44 car still in 3rd place. See, Zelos has come from 21st to 2nd. There's Hutchinson giving the signal to Philip Rawson. And it looks like as Rawson moves across to the left, Sedgwick left with nowhere to go but the bank and launches himself off the bank into the tyres. We've had more replays in this one than match of the day. Later in the race, back on board here with Philip Rawson. It's Hugo Bentley-Ellis out front of Rawson now. So this is the battle for, what's this, the battle for 3rd? That's the battle for 3rd place there to come back towards us. So Hugo Bentley-Ellis in 3rd place, Rawson is 4th. In behind Rawson is Lando Norris still, he's in 5th place. Then comes Joe, he's recovered to 6th. The 25 kart comes next at Jack McCarthy. They come down to Wilkins one more time. The 2 leaders well clear. That's Dan McCauley and Dan Zelos. First time McCauley's led a race. Of course, we're not seeing much of him because this is the real battle on the track, as we see a nice move there for the lead up the inside through turn 1. It's a good move indeed. There are the 2 leaders. Zelos looks like he's closing in on McCauley. Here come the rest, led by Philip Rawson. A little bit of contact from behind. 32 car Hugo Bentley-Ellis just runs into the back of Philip. No damage done though. Then comes Lando Norris. Look at them all defending now. Then Joe, who's in 6th place. Jack McCarthy on the 25 car is in 7th. Then comes Dave Wooder on the 14 car. Dave saw his brother Luke earlier on win the Honda Cadet Championship in a really exciting race. That was in another programme. You may have seen that just last week. Dave was 2nd in the Honda Cadet Championship a few seasons ago, but his brother Luke managed to go one better. Don't forget, if you want to find your local kart club in the UK, abkc.org.uk, abkc.org.uk to find your local kart club. There are kart clubs and circuits around the country. There will be one near you. Make sure you check it out. Take your kids karting. It's fun, it's character building. It gives you an opportunity to spend all that money you got in the bank you're saving up for your retirement. What do you want to do that for? Get out and spend it. Down to Wilkins as we come towards the business end. It's still Rawson with Lando Norris in behind him now. The 32 car just in behind Lando, Hugo Bentley-Ellis. Then comes Joe. They're all lining up behind. How close do you like your racing? The front 2 may be well clear, but this is the battle on the track as Joe makes up a place and Hugo Bentley-Ellis loses a couple. 25 car makes up a place as well. Jack McCarthy. Here are the leaders. Look at this. This is McCauley with Zelos right on him now as we come up into the hairpin. Contact. 44 involved. 23 involved as well. 44 Finley Hutchinson. He was in 2nd, 3rd place earlier on. 23 Jamie Dinsdale caught out as well. And Dave Wooder, the 14 kart, contacted from behind. So there's 23 taking a flying leap. That's Jamie Dinsdale. Going across the line. One more time. This is the last lap. And in fact, well, the starter's putting out the checkered flag for these drivers, but these aren't the leaders. I think he may have missed the 2 leaders, you know. It's Wooder who set the fastest lap, 44.58, but the race is still going on between the 2 leaders. Here they come. I think they should have got the checkered flag last time, possibly, but they're still racing anyway. They're racing for it. It's McCauley out front. Zelos has closed him down. Zelos from 21st on the grid. Cracking drive by Dan. Both Dans, in fact. McCauley who takes the win and Zelos in 2nd place. McCauley from 8th, Zelos from 21st. Great drives by both. The official result as follows. McCauley from Zelos and Rawson. 3rd place enough for Rawson to secure 3rd place in the championship. After the race, Michelle caught up with the top 3.
I think I've either got 2nd or 3rd in the championship, so I'm quite pleased with that. So for my last race in minis, so. But I'd just like to thank AIM Motorsport, Cream Racing Engines, and all my mechanic pod and all my family for supporting me.
Second place finish for you, Dan. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's amazing. I've been looking for the podium finish all year, and just to finish like this with my teammate on top is just so overwhelming. I'm so pleased.
What are your plans for next year? More of the same?
Yeah, definitely. More podiums to come.
Dan, fantastic first place finish for you there. You must be pretty pleased.
Yeah, I'm really happy. We never expected this all year. We thought we would get a podium but never a win. It's a great way to end the season. I'd just like to say a massive thanks to my dad for getting me here, my stepmum for coming and getting me every week in Tui Motorsport for a great kart.
Was that your stepmum? I saw being quite emotionally hugging you earlier.
Yeah, it was.
Well, more of the same next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll try and, I'm not sure if we'll be in the class, but we'll definitely be hoping for more wins.
Great result for Dan McCauley at this last round. 5th, his best result prior to today. Connor Mills takes the championship though from Lando Norris and Philip Rawson in 3rd. Zhang Yuzhu with Joe in 4th from Connor Hall and Dave Wooder. Harry Williams the leading rookie.
Join us after the break for all the action from the junior Rotax class.